I had a friend that was working with Mitch at the time, and she had built 3 homes with Mitch. And the fact that she used him 3 times kind of said all I needed to know. Like, she felt like he was good enough and trusted him enough to do 3 separate homes. So that was all I needed. But from the very start, I mean, we don't know anything about building. And I was asking questions like, how does it work? How much money does da-da-da-da? How does the loan work? And questions that I had no idea about. And I would get some answers, but when we met with Mitch, and he was like just so open about everything, and he was just so nice, and I was like, he feels like he could be my dad, and it just felt great, and I felt like I totally trusted him. So for me, it was like a no-brainer. From the very start, we were like, yeah, we're gonna use Mitch. Like, if we build a house, which we probably will, no-brainer, we're using Mitch. That was easy. I love interiors, and I love to pick exactly what I want, and I'm very picky with the finishes. And we just had freedom to go in different ways, and like, we use these subcontractors, and then for some things I was able to find like someone else to do some things, and Home Sweet Home was fine with that, which I appreciated, because then I could get exactly the look that I wanted.
We knew what we wanted, which pros and cons of that, but everyone was really, really kind, helpful, transparent, and they're always willing to take her phone calls and say, hey, you know what, I'm just not feeling that, I'm not liking that, we're so close. And they would squeeze her in as fast as possible, take 15, 20 minutes real quick, phone call, text, or meet in person, and really help out and go out of their way. And so that was really important to me, knowing that she was being taken care of and people were enjoying the process with her. So that was what I liked the experience.
Like, you have an appointment with the subcontractors, and I would go back often 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, when usually people go like twice, and they were okay with it. Like, the exterior stone on our house, I love it, but it was going there and saying, this isn't exactly what I want. And then they even took me out to the stone yard, which they probably don't do that often, but I went out to the stone yard and I walked through different stones and looked at the stones with him and found the one that I want. And same thing with the grout, everything specific. And they were all so good to let me do that. Like, I 100% know most people wouldn't do that. So they made that process easier for me, because building houses is extremely stressful, so many decisions, but they like walked me through it and were very patient with me. And so it was a good process. When it comes to everything that Sabine did, she was super helpful for me. I was on the phone with her all the time, and things would change, and I would pick out more expensive plumbing fixtures, and then she would call me and say, okay, your windows, da, da, da. And she was like, what's the right word? Like, troubleshooting with me. I had a problem with a sink, and I couldn't find a sink, and this is like a week before we're supposed to close. And so she was at Lowe's trying to find a different sink that would fit my plumbing fixtures, and sinks that would fit wherever I had it in the wall. And she saved the day on multiple things. So we completely designed the home. We knew the max square footage per like what it was gonna cost. We knew the rooms we wanted. You know, our priorities were this, 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 and this. It needs to be able to fit on our lot. We wanted the 3, maybe 4-car garage. So there were things that we came needing. And we worked with Tom. He was great. We love our floor plan. I think we probably saw Tom more times than most people see Tom. We came with so many, like, we need this, we need this, we need this moment. And Tom was great too. He let us call him over and over, and we made little tweaks and to get the cost down, like shrunk walls. Project manager was Weston, and so I could call him and he would come out and I would say, okay, this is the vision that I want. These are my pictures. This is what I'm going for. And he would kind of troubleshoot it with me. He also was great at letting us make changes and walking me through the design, and I really appreciated that. So as far as the design, I love that Home Sweet Home made that easy for me, because that was a big deal for me. Not just the floor plan, but like all the little things that kind of elevate the look. That was a big deal for me. You
have an in-house architect, and then from his office, you could walk upstairs and talk to somebody else like the estimator and Tyler. Say, hey, this is what we're thinking in this room or this finish. Approximately how much is this? And then sometimes we knew it was just too much. Other times we knew, okay, we can do that. So it was nice having that whole team together within an office, just to get an overall sense of budget, time frame, quality, etc. That was really important to me.
Yeah, we had different roles. He was the numbers, time frame, and I was the design.
During the process, Mitch would tell us, hey, if you want to be in by X date, then we need plans done by this month. And then that allows us 3, 4, 5 weeks to go to the city, get the plans back, a couple more weeks to break ground. So they walked us through the time frame of the process, which was very advantageous to us because we did have a deadline to meet for certain qualifications for moving expenses. During the process, there were 2 instances where we hit major roadblocks, and there's always roadblocks in building, so not a surprise. Both times, Mitch really saved us. One was when overall the plans of the house came back and bid out, and the number was more than we were hoping to be. And he sat down with us and really went through room by room, from pitches to anything in the basement, and really sat down and said, this is where we can get you a little lower. This, if you make this concession or this concession. He gave us a lot of ideas, and then we ultimately needed to decide where we needed to save. And the second time was not so much in Mitch's purview, but he owned it and helped us with, in the yard we have a lot of retaining walls that we built just because we did a court, and we're on a mountain with a 37-foot drop from the patio to the bottom of the lot, and the retaining ended up being a lot more than we were hoping and expected. And so he put pen to paper for us and really helped us figure out a flow of the yard. I'm pretty confident first time in 45 years he's done that, but it was really important to us, and it was really a big deal for us financially to make it work, and he really came through and he did it really quickly. So I will always appreciate and love Mitch for first getting us started, but those 2 instances where it really came through for us to keep the ball rolling.
He just made us feel really comfortable from the start. We moved from California, but when we got here, it was a little traumatic. Like it was cold, it was like snowing, and we weren't totally ready for that. And it was just, I mean, I had a lot of like, do we really want to be here and all this stuff. But as soon as we got this process going with having a place that was going to feel beautiful for us, and the process was easy, and Mitch made us feel really comfortable from the start. And so it made the move here to Utah feel way more comfortable. Like, okay, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. So absolutely recommend Mitch.
And just a few weeks ago, she was sitting outside and she's like, this feels like home.
I did.
That's all I needed to hear.
There's a lot of things that go into buying a house, but we've lived in a handful of places, and every place we move, we're optimistic and it's going to be great. And then it just kind of fell flat. But being here, like my little 6-year-old has a bunch of little friends on the neighborhood, and we were able to put a pool and a pickleball court. And so we found everything, and with the price, like we were able to build everything that we dreamed of. And I just sit outside and I'm like, first of all, I feel so lucky and fortunate that we could do this. And I finally feel settled. Like this feels good. Out of all the houses we've had, this feels really good. We already have recommended Home Sweet Home to multiple people that are already building houses. So not just, talking about them, yeah, we had a great experience. It was like, and I think everybody else believes the same thing. If you want to build a house, it would be silly not to go with Mitch, because one, you're going to get a good product for a good price, like hands down. I think we got the best we could ever imagined, for sure, at a better price than I could have ever imagined. So absolutely recommend him. We already have friends that are building with him, like multiple friends and people that it's in their back pocket that they're planning to as soon as they find a lot. So 100% totally recommend Mitch.